Hi everybody, welcome to episode 6 of Rehab with CEO. Today's video I'm going to show you how to do a head to toe routine of foam rolling. So, quick questions. Why do we foam roll? Foam rolling is really good for increasing blood flow to an area, which in turn brings loads of oxygen and loads of nourishment. In doing so, you're helping to sweep out any waste byproducts that might be accumulating. It's really good for trying to lengthen through the muscle, which will help improve your flexibility and mobility. And it's quite helpful in trying to help break down those yucky little hot spots I always talk about in clinic, those little myofascial adhesions. Foam rolling isn't going to completely replace your stretching routine, but it's quite nice to complement it. So maybe stretch one day, foam roll the next. Or you can do a little bit of both. Sometimes I find doing a little bit of foam rolling before a stretch gives me an even bigger effect. A couple of things to remember when you're foam rolling. Take nice breaths, slow and control, try to relax, and if something's just too sore, just come off it. Nobody's superhuman, you don't have to keep fighting through the pain. If anything, you're just probably causing a little bit of damage. So what you can find with foam rolling is if one area is too difficult for you to tolerate, come off it, go to a different body part and come back to it, because you might find releasing the second body part has actually helped to unravel the first body part. So let's get started. I'm just going to move you so you can see everything. So today we're going to start at the neck and work to your feet. So with the neck, just place the foam roller just on the edge of your head, and you're going to do a really nice chin to chest movement. Nice and slow, nice and controlled, and remember to breathe. And as you're working through that, you'll probably find these little yucky hot spots that I talk about, these little myofascial adhesions. As you work through chin to chest, you can then do some really nice gentle side to sides. If you're finding one side a little bit yuckier than the other, you can just gently press into that side. Maybe hold it 3 to 5 seconds. Come off it, do another couple of rolls, and go back to it. And you should find it is a little bit easier than the first time. Again, another 3 to 5 seconds, continue rolling, and go back to a third time. And at that point, it should be quite a bit softer than the first time. I wouldn't do any more than sort of 3 pins on each little hot spot. You can always come back to it another day. So once you've done that for a minute or so, you can then come onto your back. So with this one, I would gently place your hands behind your head, gently lower yourself onto the roller, and you can work through your back in sections. So you can kind of start in the upper section. And again, if you find there's a little hot spot, you can just gently lean into it, 3 to 5 seconds, come off it, and then roll through it again. Then the next bit, lean into it, come off it, and roll through again. And you can do that all through your back. Then, not the nicest of ones is your chest, but a very neglected area, especially if you are an office worker. You want to have the foam roller in a diagonal direction to you. You're going to go from your chest towards your armpit. What you can do with this one, again, is you can pin it and just kind of press into it 3 to 5 seconds and roll through it a little bit more. But you can also pin it and move your arm. You can do this fan type motion, or you can elevate and depress it, or you can elevate it and fan it. Play around with it, see what you find hits the spot for you. What people maybe misunderstand with foam rolling, it doesn't have to be gross movement. That's not an awful lot of movement, but actually you'll get quite a lot from it. So you don't have to do big sweeping movements. Little movements, you'll probably get a better result. Then we're going to come onto our lat. Remember and do the other side too. Again, you want to move through bigger muscles in sections. So if I was starting with the lat, I would start at the armpit end, this meaty section here. So tiny little movements. And when it gets a bit easier, you can go through that midsection, and then you can work down into the lower section. Again, like your chest, you can pin it and rotate your arm, you can sweep with it, and you can elevate it and depress it. And you can work through other sections doing that. And you can do some rolls with that too. Remember, lat's a really good one for any pelvis, hip, shoulder issues. Now I'm going to show you a really nice shoulder thoracic release that I only learned the other day, and I really wish I'd found it sooner because it is so lovely, especially if you're sitting at a desk all day. So with your foam roller, you're going to have a narrow grip and then a wide grip. So on your foam roller, arms in a narrow grip. Try and keep everything nice and relaxed. Like don't be holding yourself tense. Just let it go. And the movement is not from your arms. You're not bending your arms. You're keeping your arms nice and straight. The movement is from your shoulder blades. And like I said earlier, it's quite a subtle movement. So you want to pull down through the shoulder blades and let it go. And pull down and let it go. And as you pull down, your body will just naturally rise up a little bit. And naturally good for trying to increase that thoracic extension. Because if you're sitting at a desk all day, you're going to become too flexed through your thoracics. So this is a really good one for opening up those shoulders and that upper back. So once you've done a narrow grip, you can come onto a wide grip and just do the same thing. Draw those shoulder blades down, keep those arms nice and straight, and you'll find it just changing the stance of the grip just targets slightly different aspects of your back. But I absolutely love this technique. So I'm really glad I learned that the other day, so I can now share it with you guys. So once we've done all that, we're going to come onto your quads, and again we can do some pin and stretch with them. So I would start with both legs on the roller, and you're just going to again roll through in segments. So start with the upper section, and then you can come through the middle section, and then you can come to the lower section to just above your knee. Don't roll over your knee, just roll to your knee. And you can come back to the start, and you can go one leg on the roller and do the same. So work through the upper section, middle section, and end section. And you come back to the start, find those little yucky hot spots, and just do a gentle pin and stretch. Just 3 to 5, no more. It's nice and slow and controlled, and then find the next bit. And you want to work through the whole length of that, finding these little yucky hot spots. Then, a bit more of a balance and act required for this one. Come into a press up type position. Oops. Press up position. Bring your shins on the roller, and you're going to roll the roller towards you. Working through your shins is going to be really good for anybody who suffers from a bit of plantar fasciitis. Shins are really neglected. Those are a really good area to work through to help release your feet. Another nice little trick is to set the roller underneath your the tops of your legs and just gently sit back on it. And that's a really nice pin and stretch for your calves too. Again, just work within tolerance levels. You might not be able to put your whole weight through that. If you just have a little bit of weight, that's okay. And then as it gets better, you can put more weight into it. Then we can come on to calves, hammies and glutes. So if we were working to the glute, you just kind of want to sit on the roller, give yourself a bit of balance with your hands and feet, and just roll through them. You can kind of angle it so you get through the full range of glutes there. And then if you want to make it a little bit more challenging, if you were doing the left side, you want to cross the left foot over the right knee and then angle it. And that just gets a little bit deeper into that area. Then come on to hammies. Again, start with 2 legs. Work through in sections. I just so happen to start at the bottom section there, then come into midsection, and then eventually upper section. You want to make it a bit more challenging. Put one leg on top of the other and roll through. Remember, do the other side. And what you can also do to get the lateral and medial portions of hamstrings, you can go down straight. And then you can start doing a penguin stance and a pigeon stance. And all you're doing is rolling the legs in and out. So if we're going down, got my feet out, then we can go down with my feet in. And you can do the same with the calves basically as well. So you're going straight up and down with the calves in sections. Make it a little bit more challenging. We do one at a time. Remember to do the other side. And then we can do a little slightly wider stance. Then you can do a penguin, and you can do a pigeon. And all you're doing is that rotation, and it just hits the different spots. Now my favourite one, adductors. Most people's least favourite one. Just a troublesome area because we sit down so much nowadays. You want to have the foam roller vertical towards you. You want to straddle it like you're going over a hurdle and start at the groin end, just let your body sink into it. Maybe 15-30 seconds, somewhere in between there, see what you can tolerate. Once you've done that, just really gentle movement. And then start working through the whole muscle. Like before, when you find these little yucky spots, just sink into it and then roll through it. And you can do that through the whole length of the muscle too, all the way towards your knee. Just don't roll over your knee. And then lastly, to finish, to open up all the way through the front of your body, is to turn the roller and climb on it. It's quite like a long roller. You can do this with a short one too. You just maybe want to put a towel at your head to support it. Get your balance in this figure 4 position. Once you're balanced, let your legs drop. Some nice big breaths to open up through the front of the spine, and then let your arms dangle off the back. And this is a really nice stretch for opening up through your chest, your abdomen, and the front of your pelvis. And you can lie here for a couple of minutes. Just nice big breaths just let yourself come back to centre after rolling through your body. And that's really nice and calming at the end. So quite a nice one to do before bed on its own actually. If you've had quite a stressful day and you're just feeling a bit groggy, this is a really nice technique to do before bed, just to open everything up. And then you shouldn't be quite so stiff in the morning. That's the theory anyway. No promises. And then just gently peel yourself off and give yourself a big clap. Well done on foam rolling. So drop me a message, let me know how you find it. If you want to see anything else, I'm up for doing any video that you might find helpful with your body. So let me know what you think and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Have a good weekend. Bye.